about my All About series that I'm doing. I've done the All About foundations and the All About concealer video. Basically, the object of the video is to teach you guys about the best products in that particular product line. So today I'm going to be doing an All About primers video. These are the primers that I absolutely love, and I'll explain to you why I like them. So my thing on primers is that you don't necessarily always need them. I personally don't use primers because they make my makeup stay on longer, because when I'm doing makeup, as a makeup artist, I feel like I am confident enough to where I know my makeup's not going to slide off my face, so that's not my problem. My problem, and the reason for why I use primers, is because my skin is oily, and no foundation, whatever it has been, has ever been something where I can just wear that all day, all night, and feel like my oil will be under control. So that's the reason for why I wear a primer, and I think that if you want to get into wearing a primer, buy one that's going to specifically suit your needs. So if you have like really red skin and you want to, take that away, then buy a primer that's going to help just with that. But don't buy a primer thinking that it's a must-have that you have to wear under makeup, because that's definitely not the truth. And I also feel this way more so now than ever, because that's even what Mario has been preaching, and you guys know, like, he is my complete, like, beauty guru go-to person. And I really do believe this is true, because I know so many people, like, my friends and stuff, who don't wear primers and their skin looks just as good. It's not that it makes my skin look any better, it's just that I'm using it for a specific reason, and it helps me with that specific reason. So, my very first one that I have been preaching to you guys about for years now is the Face Protect Protection Visage SPF 50 by MAC. This one is the one that whenever I mention in my videos, the product that helps with my oil control like crazy, which has been able to let me just use whatever products I want and not worry about oil control, this is the one that I'm talking to you guys about. And I'm saying this because you guys will always message me being like, hey, what's that primer that you guys talked about? And I feel like I talk about this in every video. So the reason I like this is, one, because it has amazing oil control properties. When I say amazing, I put this to the test. I have been using just a million different foundations recently, and I have gotten about 11 to 12 hours wear with this primer, which means no blotting, no powdering, nothing of any kind like that. So if you've got extremely oily skin and don't know what to do, definitely try this out. The one thing that's not very good though is that it does have SPF 50, so because of that, this isn't the primer to use for pictures. I haven't had too much of a problem with it, but if I could go without using this in pictures, that would make me happy. So I would recommend this for everyday wear where you're not going to be on camera, and then use something else for the nighttime. Trust me, if you are the world's oiliest person, try this out before you do anything else. This primer is white, it is silicone free, and it has really no smell, so I really like that. And basically, yeah, definitely my favorite go-to primer. So also in terms of price ranges, this one is $35 by MAC. My second one is the Cover FX Matte Foundation Primer and Anti-Acne Treatment Gel. This one is silicone free. This one is by Cover FX, as I mentioned, and I like this because this is the one that I use at nighttime instead of this one. So it's also got very, very good oil control, but I wouldn't say it's like an 11 to 12 hour wear. I would put this at about maybe an 8 or 9 hour wear, which is not anything bad, because when I'm using this at nighttime, I'm usually not out for like 8 or 9 hours. I'll go somewhere for dinner and stay out at night, like at a bar or club or something, when I'm not going to be out for like 8 or 9 hours. So it definitely is good for that. Also, the one thing that I've noticed that in terms of oil control, I cannot handle silicone. People buy products that have silicone saying that it's going to help you with oil control, but for me, it hasn't really done that. It not only makes my face feel like I'm wearing tons of makeup, but it also, I don't know, it feels like it flakes off as time goes on, and you look like your little white specks across your face like dandruff. So I would not recommend anything that has silicone in terms of a primer, regardless of how oily you are. This one, I believe, is $42 by Cover FX. This is like a white sort of color, and it has an interesting consistency. It's like a gel type liquid consistency, and it has kind of a funky smell. So I'm going to let you guys know this isn't the most nice smelling primer, but it seems to go away after a while for me. Then if you guys if you have combination skin and you don't really get oily everywhere, I would just use this. This is the Skin Refined Zone Treatment by MAC. And what this is that it's a very thick sort of, I don't even know, like the consistency would be like a gel, thick, sticky sort of thing. And you would put this on in the areas that get oily. and leave the rest of your face completely normal. Don't put anything on it, and then put on your foundation. And this is awesome with oil control also. And it's just such a tiny tube that I wouldn't recommend this as an all-over primer because you don't need something as potent as this for that. I believe this was like $25 from MAC, and I'm almost not sure if they still sell this. I started getting this maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I've loved it ever since, but I'm not 100% sure if they still sell this. Also, this really, really helps in terms of diminishing the appearance of your pores, because you know that you can't really shrink pores, but you can make it look like they're smaller than they really are, just in terms of looking at them, because they're not gonna, over time, ever really go away. Okay, so then my next one is the Laura Mercier Oil-Free Primer. This is just a sample, but it's a huge, huge sample, and I've been using this for about 2 weeks now. And the reason I wanted to bring this in here is because I realized that silicone primers didn't work on me. So I went to Sephora and just asked for a few samples of primers that don't have silicone. This is one that was given to me. I love Laura Mercier stuff in general. I think her products are awesome. And this is no less. It's got like a very interesting color. It's like a baby bluish white almost. And it has an odd smell. It smells kind of like plastic. And it's not something that I would say is the most appealing, but again, it goes away into your skin after a while. What I really noticed with this, which I didn't notice with any of the other primers that I've been using, is that as soon as I put this on, if I had flawless skin, which I don't, then I probably wouldn't put on a foundation over this, because this literally goes into my pores. It makes my skin look even. It makes it just look like I don't have that many problems. I don't know what is in this, but I don't feel that way after using any of my other primers, but this really evens out my skin, makes the texture all feel like one throughout my entire skin, and my skin is pretty texturized. I do have like acne scarring, I do have a few blemishes even right now, and therefore my skin never feels like it feels the same all throughout my face, but this helps it feel that way. I also like this for oil control just because I do have oily skin, as you guys know, and this has helped with it. So in general, silicone-free primers don't work for me. That's why I use this, and I've been using this for about 2 weeks now, and it's helped with oil. I wouldn't say it's just absolutely the most amazing thing for oily skin, but if you have got something where you need to have like maybe a 6 or 7 work hour, like a work day, then this is the product that you could use if you like her stuff. It is expensive. I think it's $42, but I definitely like this a lot also. Then I got the 500 point beauty reward from Sephora when I was in New York, and it was the Tarte Beauty Reward. And one thing that's in here is a Recreate Silicone-Free Primer with wrinkle rewind technology. So I've been using this, and I really like this. And the reason I like this is because this feels the most lightweight out of all the primers that I have right now. When I'm putting this on, it almost feels like I'm putting on moisturizer. So I like the fact that it doesn't feel like I have a million steps to put on, because I do feel like in general I use a lot more makeup than normal people, and I shouldn't have to, because it's not like my skin is just dreadful, because it's not. And so when I'm putting this on, it just feels like I'm putting on something normal, not like an extra layer of like makeup or something before my makeup. So I like it for that. Also great with oil control. And I know that all my primers I've talked about have been something in terms of helping with oil control, but that's what I generally use on myself, and I use on my clients, just because regardless of whether they're oily or dry, these are good primers. I know they're going to work on everybody. And it's not as though just because they are oil control primers and they've helped with that, that it's going to make dry skin worse or something like that. So I definitely love these primers. I recommend them to everybody. This is obviously like the little trial size, and I believe the full size might be about $30 to $35. Tarte isn't like so expensive to where it's unaffordable, but I like it, and it does have the wrinkle rewind technology, and I usually don't have to worry about wrinkles anyway, just because I do have oily skin and that wrinkles not as fast. So these are my favorite primers that I've been using for a little while now. I wanted to share them with you guys. I know this isn't a ton of primers, but it's just because these are the cream of the crop to me that I'm really enjoying, and I felt like quality over quantity is more important. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you'll give one of these primers a try. If you have any questions, as always, post down below and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. Bye!